Maybe you should pick your nose instead of this movie, Justin. I'm Sam.
An hour and a half of being completely uncomfortable. And... God damn it, Justin. I'm Jackie.
They may be riding the bus, but I'm definitely getting thrown under one. I'm Justin, and this is Riding the Bus with My Sister on Stinker Madness. Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness. This week on the show that is a podcast about bad movies for bad movie lovers with a host named Justin and always his friends and wife, Sam and Jackie. Take a pick on which one's which. And currently streaming on Plex from 2005, starring Rosie O'Donnell, Andy McDowell, and some people. Riding the Bus with My Sister, a questionable Hallmark movie. I'll have Sam do details on that. Happy St. Patty's Day to...
Yesterday.
I thought it was today.
It's today, but in podcast land, it's tomorrow, so it's yesterday for them.
In the Wayback Machine. So happy...
I'm drinking beer.
I have a Smithwick's Red from Ireland. And
I'm having water because I had car bombs last night, and I feel like horse piss.
Car bombs? Is there some reason why you can't call them Irish car bombs on the podcast?
I just was saving words because I'm so tired.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, Sam, despite the fact that you're hungover, thanks to whatever St. Patty did, I don't know. Why don't you tell us about
get rid of the
snakes out of Ireland?
Oh, yeah, snakes. Okay.
There wasn't any fucking snakes there to begin with.
Right? I don't get it. It's an island. I'm confused.
Maybe
Flying
it was
snakes.
Maybe it was a snake between the legs. And he chased the weird tube snakes out of Ireland.
Yeah, okay. Those are tube steaks, not tube snakes. So I don't think that works, Jackie. Sam, talk about this movie.
So this movie was directed by Justin as a douchebag.
Angelica Houston.
It was written by Justin's butt smells like egg farts. And the producer was that butt you've seen everywhere is actually Justin's face.
Rosie O'Donnell. Nice.
Wow. Somebody is super pissed.
Apparently.
Honestly, this is the best Hallmark movie I've ever seen. I'm not giving them much credit because they're shitty.
Right.
Angelica Houston did direct this, as well as two other movies that I've never heard of, Agnes Brown and Bastard Out of California. Didn't watch either of those. Did you know? Because I thought that the Hallmark movie was like the Hallmark store happened, and I was like, oh, a whole store for greeting cards? Fuck off.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, we got a channel now. Not the case. Did you know the first Hallmark Hall of Fame movie, what year it was in?
Let's go 1986.
1994.
51.
1951? Wow.
There's 69 seasons of Hallmark Hall of Fame, 260 episode movies.
Wow, that is extensive.
Yep. So I had no idea that they've been shoveling this shit into our eyes since well before we were born. Before my mom was born.
Yeah. Before Jackie's parents were born. Definitely not before mine, because mine were born in the Stone Age. I wonder if there's anybody out there. Like, there's a podcast for everything, right? I wonder if there's anybody out there that is A, seen every single Hallmark Hall of Fame movie, and B, talks about it on a podcast.
There's a couple of ladies that watch all the Hallmark movies that are current anyway, because I watched them on YouTube when I was doing my Christmas pick, and I wanted to pick a Hallmark movie before I found out they were locked behind a giant paywall.
Right.
I watched them about an hour worth of them rating the things, and then came to a decision and then realized it was too expensive and was like, wow, I've just wasted a lot of my life not watching a Hallmark movie. So yeah, there's one out there at least that does the current ones.
Yeah.
This has a 3.5 on IMDb, which I think is incredibly low because I feel like I'm not in touch with what a Hallmark movie should be, but I at least know what to expect. And this is like, I was just like, wow, this is what I would expect. Everyone doesn't fuck it up. It's about 90 minutes long and it has some sort of message to it. So I'm not really sure why I know why people were hating the Rosie O'Donnell performance specifically, because in 2005, after she ran her mouth about the guns and had an armed bodyguard and did a number of other things that were like, my agent probably told me to do this because I have a show that has a certain audience, where she really didn't do herself any fucking favors.
She stepped on some toes.
There was around 2005, it wouldn't have mattered if she actually performed a Catholic miracle. People would have fucking trashed her for it.
Right.
Because, I don't know, could you do better than what she did? She was consistent at it the entire time. There wasn't any, like, she didn't lose character. She did pretty fucking good.
It's not Rosie's fault here, guys. It is not Rosie's fault here. That's like blaming Gary Oldman for getting stuffed in a couch last week. It's not his fault. It's his fucking agents, and it's the casting people because, well, let's just get this out of the way. I got 3 fucking words. Peter Peeper. Peanut butter falcon. Like, I don't like this time because it's insulting. Look, you think that people, and I also want to get this out of the way. I don't like the word mentally disabled. I just don't like it. I don't know what we're going to do about it. We're going to have to say mentally disabled. But to me, mentally disabled sounds like an on-off switch. Like if you disable my car, I can't drive my car, which means if you're mentally disabled, you have a brain that is turned off. That is not the case. I don't like mentally disabled, but I guess that's what we have to use because otherwise we don't have a better word, right?
Sure.
Okay, but like the kid that's in Peanut Butter Falcon, like, do you think he didn't want to be an actor? Like, he's forced into it? No, he wanted to be an actor, and it's not like there's a whole lot of gigs for people with Down syndromes to be in movies. There's not. So when you have something like this, give it to the fucking kid with Down syndrome, god damn it. Well, they can't act. How are we supposed to direct somebody with Down syndrome? You just fucking do it, you fucking asshole. That's what pisses me off about the Rosie O'Donnell Pat. Now I'm off my soapbox. It's out of the way. Jackie wants to add anything, you go right ahead.
When did the word retard stop being used?
Well, it's in
90s.
this movie. In this movie,
in the
they
90s?
say, don't say that, so.
Yeah.
It seems to be making a comeback because it's been long enough now. But at the same time, it's like, if you can't say that, then really you shouldn't say idiot or moron because they mean exactly the same thing.
They do. Dolt is another one that means exactly the same thing. I don't think oaf does. I think oaf is, you're more clumsy than slow.
Yeah.
But yeah. Did you know?
Anyway,
Dort?
I don't think that there's a.
If you ever, okay, go ahead. Sorry, I was going to explain the word origin of Dort, but
okay, go ahead because I'm kind of interested now, and I got to know the word origin of Dort.
Dort is where you take the dick and then you just rub some magic over the top of it. That's a Dort. So if you call somebody, you Dort the dork.
Okay,
I'm not kidding. That's what a Dort is.
Yeah, okay. Why not?
All right, Jackie, go ahead with your thought.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it off right
Not
there.
after Dort. No.
I found this interesting. Apparently, Garth Brooks wrote a song for this movie,
Okay.
and then he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna have this guy that's in my Garth Brooks entourage of music. He's gonna do the song." And he made some other demands to the Hallmark Channel, and they just told him to fuck off.
Huh. That's bizarre.
So that's interesting that the Hallmark Channel is like, you know what, Garth Brooks, fuck off. We don't care. We don't need you because we've been sailing right by on C-list talent this entire time.
Since 1951, baby. You come in here.
You did do the music for this?
Who?
Stuart Copeland.
Yeah, no shit. What
when
the hell?
It sucks.
Yeah, it's not good.
Like, he mailed it in. I don't think he mailed it in. I think maybe they went through this Garth Brooks thing, and they just call him, and they're like, do you have anything laying around? And he's like, here, you can have this.
Yeah, you can have a bunch of just...
Because it doesn't really fit. It's just bleh.
But it's not, like, experimental or anything. Like, what was the last movie we did that Stuart Copeland did the music for?
I don't know.
Wasn't it a...
Dune.
Huh? No, it wasn't Dune. That was...
Toto did the original, David Lynch Dune soundtrack.
Yeah, God, but Stuart Copeland, the music he did for that episode was like a little bit more experimental. It was Highlander, Highlander 2. I think. Yeah, it was. And so it was like, okay, yeah, you're in a stinker, Stuart Copeland, but at least get why you're here. And this, I'm like scratching my head. Like, what the fuck are you doing here, Stuart Copeland?
And it sucked. It was about as fitting as the... Shit, what did we do last week?
Tiptoes.
Tiptoes. That is...
Yeah.
It was crappy Roadhouse shit, which just... Crappy Roadhouse stuff sucks worse than anything.
It's really bad.
It's just sucky. And it's very sucky music in this. Yeah, there's not anything interesting about this movie at all. It's seriously just like... It was based on a book that is more of a memoir by the older sister of her experiences. So maybe it's like the book's called I'm a Shitty Sister because I should have done better than this.
Right.
Not to throw shade, but I just did apparently. Andy McDowell, she's super uninteresting. Her daughter married the Bleachers guy. That's gossip or something like that.
The Bleachers guy.
The Bleachers is just that guy, right?
The Bleachers.
He has a band this time around, but it's just him. Jack Antonoff or something like that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The Bleachers.
Yeah.
Don't know that.
Nope.
Fucking crawl under or out from under. I don't even listen to the radio and I know who they are.
I listen to a lot of Cardi B. I know who she is. I saw...
you don't listen to her. You just look at her butt on the internet.
I know The Weeknd and Drake are. I'm cool. But the Bleachers... No, I got nothing. What do they do?
Sent you that YouTube video, and I was like, watch this shit. It's
those
hot.
guys. Yes. Okay, I know who the Bleachers are now. Thank you. Sorry. Jackie doesn't, though.
Yeah, and I'm not, like, in, but that song, that track they just did with the saxophone's fucking hot.
Yeah.
It's a hot track.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is just... Again, like, here's what you expect in a Hallmark movie, and it's got a fucking 57 on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, what are you watching if you didn't? Yeah. I mean, you don't have to like it. It's crap. It's all crap. Does everything that they make have a 57 then? Is that just where they live? Because if that was the case, I would be fine with this. And I would be fine with that. I would be fine with movie critics going, this is shit. Only watch it if you want to get, like, moderate levels of the feelers.
But it's equally shit. Like it's not. There's no singling the shit out for what happened here.
This guy that her daughter married. He is a doofus.
Okay,
he's a fucking doofus.
Oh my god, we should kill him.
You should listen to the fucking track. You'll be like, man, that doofus can play rock music.
If he's good at making rock music, Jackie, he's going to be a doofus. The guys that looked cool made shitty music.
Not true. Wham. George Michael, he was a handsome dude.
George Michael.
Who's the other guy?
Fucking bangers.
Whoever the fuck
Andrew
that guy
Wrigley.
is.
Andrew Wrigley.
Damn. Say I've just dropped the mic on your face.
Boom. Other guy from Wham knowledge.
Now you just got whammed with a microphone to the face.
God damn it. At least I didn't get dorked.
Yeah, okay. Daryl Hall is a major doofus, and that guy can he can get down. So,
dude, did you ever watch his show when he would invite bands to the barn?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, wow. They'd have a hard time keeping up with him. Mm-hmm. And then he'd be like, okay, let's play all your songs now. And they're like, what? You know all our songs? He's like, yeah, I listened to your record once. I can play all your songs. No problem. Like, that guy is fucking nuts talented. Like,
total doofus. Total doofus.
Hum a few bars. I'll do better than you did the first time.
Josh Homme, total doofus. I mean, that's just, they're doofuses if they're good at rock music, Jackie. So I wouldn't trash this guy. That's actually probably a huge compliment.
It probably is, coming from somebody like me.
Oh, because
she's a major doofus spotter.
Yeah,
Yep.
She's got high doofus radar.
I'm a doofus watcher.
Got an MBA.
And you married the doofus that picked this fucking movie.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not. She's getting the worst of both worlds because I suck at rock and roll music. All right, let's do this. I did want to say the reason I picked this is a little trivia. It's not because of the low IMDb rating. I didn't even know about this movie. This was one of the top posts of the year for the bad movie subreddit. Like, lots of bad movie fans know about this. It was upvoted because of the Rosie O'Donnell thing. And yeah, that movie sucks. It's awful, blah, blah, terrible, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, you know what? If we're going to take some chances with the tiptoes, I'm going to try to take a chance with this one. So it's not my fault that I chose this. It's the bad movie subreddit where I get all my rare treasures, rare earths. I don't know.
Yeah.
Rare tracks.
Super bad picks.
Yeah. So, okay. I will say that this movie starts out with Comic Sans, though, and that's not a good start.
That was, I think, the most egregious error that they made, other than, I mean, so Stuart Copeland's music, the music starts, I'm like, wow, they just got, like, they didn't even use just sellout music. They went to, like, the sellout music discount store. And then his name comes up in Comic Sans, and I'm like, holy shit.
No, his name should never be in Comic Sans. No. It's terrible. So let's set the stage here. We're following a pair of sisters, 30s-ish. Is that where we're tossing them?
They're supposed to be, even though they're obviously closing in on 50.
Yeah, but I think they're in their mid-30s. Rachel Simmons is I think she does like glamour magazine type photo shoots. Like, she gets
fashion
models,
photography.
She's a fashion photographer. Doing well. She's got her own studio. And then her sister Beth is a person who lives on her own with an undeclared mental deficiency. I guess that's okay. She's developmentally deficient. Yeah. But also development. I think it's more of a development thing. Like, she seems like it's all there. She's just development deficient. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, and neither were these people.
Well, it's really hard to, like, find out what's wrong with them when you have a normal person pretending to be.
Exactly.
And they're not. And so you're like, wow, way to not do it like Sean Penn did. Because he at least nails it.
Yeah. I guess. Still
did you watch I Am Sam?
Yeah, I did.
Or did you hide from it like everyone else who didn't want to cry like a baby as an adult man in a theater full of other adult men crying like babies?
I watched it alone in my apartment and cried like a baby.
Yes. Jackie must not have seen it because she'd be like, oh, that one fucking hit hard.
I did watch it. I just don't remember it.
She has no soul, though, Sam. You forget that part.
That's odd, yeah. Sean didn't even make it all the way through. He got to the part about halfway through when they're all chipping in to buy the shoes for his daughter, and waterworks happen, and he just screams, I can't do this. And he ran out the front door.
He's supplying the planet's worth of water for a year on Arrakis. Stop leaking your water.
That's what don't waste your tears unless it's I Am Sam. Then you can't do a fucking thing about it.
Yeah, that movie's banned on the planet Arrakis.
Yes, it is.
Let's do Deer Hunter. No! Okay, so already I've got 3 notes. The Simmons wake up. I'm offended, and I want to abort my pick and I cannot. That's my third note is I'm done with this movie already.
Yeah.
That's not good. It's not a good start. Okay. Beth is on her way down from her apartment. Again, she lives on her own on the second floor of an apartment. She's leaving down the stairs to go on about her day, and her neighbor comes out and calls her fucking hippo. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck, man? Like,
Your neighbor wasn't slender.
Yeah, exactly. Quit clomping around on the stairs in the morning. There's people sleeping. And Beth's like, yeah, but you're not one of them, bitch. And I'm like,
yeah. She's like, you're not sleeping. You're complaining. Boom.
Okay. Beth is she's starting to warm up on me a little bit.
Yeah.
She gets on a bus because that's her thing. She rides the buses. And Henry says, this guy named Henry who's got fucking terrible teeth starts talking shit about her that, oh, she's on the dole and we should fucking.
Well, this is the guy with the brown suit.
Yeah.
And the glasses, and he's like, kind of looks like he's a really miserable accountant.
Yeah, kind of. But he's also go, Jackie.
Where he reminds me of one of those accountants that's working at H&R Block in the Walmart, and you can just see the despair all over their face. Like, I fucking hate my life right now.
Yeah. I had two options, shoe salesman or this. So, accountancy. Have you ever met a happy accountant?
Yeah.
Like party time? Let's go party. I'm an accountant. I never have. Takes a special person to be accountant. I don't know why we're talking about accountants. They're boring. So he's like, oh, she's a government cheese, and you know what? We should just kick her off government cheese. And he's got this gleam in his eye that says, you know what? If it was socially accepted, I would say much worse things, like maybe a ditch should be involved when you were a baby, because he's a fucking Nazi. That's who this guy is. He's a fucking Nazi. Asshole. So Rachel, she's got a photo shoot with this bride and some puppies, and the bride is allergic to puppies, and it's, I think, supposed to be funny.
But it's not, because the model's just being a whiny bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, you have to sit there in a beautiful gown and people are taking pictures of your looks. Like, shut the fuck up and bring your shoulder in, bitch, and shut up. Like, God damn it. That would be such a sweet job.
It would be a sweet job.
I would love it, getting to dress up like a princess all the time, and like somebody's doing my makeup and my hair.
Hell yeah.
And I'd look fabulous all
Just
the time. Like,
there.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, I'd be like, yeah, I'll dress up like a whore today.
A whore?
Do I get to have like that 80s big hair look and fishnet stockings? And well, because, you know, as a model, Justin, I would have to do multiple shoots for different things. So like, you know, Fredericks of Hollywood would probably want me.
And they do the big hair?
Yeah, they're the ones with the big hair.
The Fredericks, they have hair.
They don't have hair down there.
Hey-o.
They don't have fronts of bras either. What's that thing doing anyway?
Pretend bra. Okay. So Beth, she's got a broken toilet seat. She goes to the hardware store with her boyfriend. His name is Jesse. I'm also confused as to what Jesse's deficiency is. He seems like he's put together, but he's also a little different. I don't know. But they are boyfriend, girlfriend. At first, I thought he was like a caretaker. Turns out I'm wrong. So then Rachel.
Yeah, but this was great because I could really relate to this scene about a broken toilet seat. Mm-hmm. I don't know if Justin knows, but Sam, you might not realize how many toilet seats I have broken over the last 15 years. And then once you break them, like there was this one, and I broke it right in half. And then the next day I went to go sit on it, and it pinched my ass so bad that I fell off the toilet. And it fucking hurt, and I had a big like welt on my ass. And so I started inspecting the toilet seat, and I was like, God damn it, this thing's got a crack right through the front of it. So I'm like, okay, we got to get a new toilet. And then there was one time when I got really super fat, and I was having a hard time reaching my buttocks. And so
this is a
I
lot
was
of
sliding
info.
all around on the toilet, and it went crack, and the bolts on the back of it came off, and I fell off the toilet.
There's only so much leverage that you can put on a toilet seat.
Yeah.
Like anyone's perfectly capable of breaking a toilet seat by improper use.
Yeah.
You just sit straight down and you poop.
There's a mathematical
No
equation.
fooling around on there.
You can't be sliding your butt around. Are you kidding me? What do you think this is? Disney on Ice? So Rachel and her boyfriend, they go out to dinner because I guess the day just fucking flew by. Last we saw, Beth was at the everybody had just gotten out of bed and we're going to work. Beth just got to the hardware store and got her new toilet seat. Wait, now it's fucking dinner time? And I can tell you it's dinner time because it's dark outside and they are drinking wine. But then cut back to Beth. It's freaking daytime. She's where's she at? She's out shopping still, and this lady comes in, a caseworker, social worker of some sort, and tells her that her dad had a heart attack. And she's in denial, but eventually the bus driver's like, we need to take you to the hospital. And she's like, okay, let's go. They go to the hospital. Dad's in a coma. She's freaking out. They're freaking out. Everybody's freaking out. And the next day, she wakes up and Dad is dead.
I think he dies pretty much there.
Might have.
Yeah, in the meantime, the stepmother has tried to call the New York sister a couple of times.
Rachel.
And she keeps Rachel off a couple of times. And she keeps pushing the stepmom, calls away. And then I think you really skipped over how nice this guy on the bus was. The bus driver wasn't
Rick.
his route.
It's Rick, Jackie.
Rick, the bus driver, wasn't his route. And he calls in an emergency to the other bus drivers, and he takes them to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And gets off of his route.
Because the people of the bus community love Beth. Beth knows all of the bus drivers, their family members. She's like, it's like she's part of the mafia. Like, hey, how's your cousin doing this week? How's his knee? Is his knee good? Johnny Toonies? Is he doing good with his Toonies?
Yeah.
Is that where those knees?
Well, let's just be realistic here. If you have someplace to be in a timely manner, you're not on the bus to begin with.
True.
Right.
It's a good place to chat.
Actually, right around, it was probably a few years before this movie was made, my friend Chad was telling me that if he didn't know how a first date was going to go, he would be like, have you ever done this thing? You just get on the bus at State Street and you go to the mall for your date. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, it takes all day. I was like, that's the worst fucking plan ever. Like, why would you do this? Just don't go out with that person.
Right.
Just don't. Let's see if they can handle torture.
Right.
Then they might be for me.
I don't know, man. Like Beth, I think she's living the dream because there's nothing bad really in this world. Like everybody on the bus is hella cool. It's a peaceful place. Everybody, other than I don't know what you'd call them. Whatever race
He's a shithead.
Ism, they're Nazis that show up every now and then. Like the bus drivers are cool. Some of the other passengers are cool. Like they know Beth. They treat her nice. She treats them nice. I think that this would be a really cool, like, kind of hobby is to just go ride around on the bus sightseeing and talking to people.
Yeah.
Except for I live in St. Louis and you get shot on the bus. So I can't do that. Beth, you live in a nice place.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't live in a place where people got shot on the bus. It's lame. Okay. So she's sad. Dad died. She calls up Rachel the next morning and tells her that Dad's dead. And it's kind of funny because Rachel, you expect Beth to be awkward, but Rachel just hangs up. She's like, hey, our dad's dead. And Rachel just hangs up. She's like,
click.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
So it's funeral. They flash back to when they're kids. There's lots of flashbacks in this movie to, I don't know if they explain anything other than that Beth has a mental deficiency.
And it's been Rachel's responsibility her entire life to look after Beth.
Yeah, but then she doesn't.
It hasn't, because even in the flashbacks when we get there, it's like She did a pretty piss poor job, and it was her job until she was like 13 or something like that. And she didn't ever really do a good job with it.
She ate paint.
And then when they were like 13 or something like that, they moved in with their dad, and Beth had to stay with her mom. And a guy who only drank whiskey for, like, that was his job.
Yeah.
Like, after all the men, she settled on the worst one, apparently. To the effect that they don't speak to her anymore. In fact, there's only one mention of her existence still, and they're like, yeah, we're not going to call her, and then never mentioned again.
She lives in California. With Raymond and his $200 a week bourbon budget. Can you imagine? Look, I get that there's some expensive bourbons. I drink Wild Turkey because it's fucking cheap and it's pretty delicious. And it's 101 proof, so it gets me good and lit up. But it's like $25 for a fucking fifth of it. You're drinking a shit ton of fucking whiskey if you're chucking down $200. That's $800 a month in whiskey. That's like a nice car payment in bourbon.
And in the 70s, when that was supposed to be, that's like buying 3 houses.
Yeah. Right. No shit.
3 mortgages worth of whiskey.
This guy is a goddamn millionaire, and he's blowing it on booze.
Yeah.
Damn. 5
I guarantee, though, that mom's having the best sex of her life.
Oh, yeah, with Raymond, Whiskey Dick
with
Raymond.
Whiskey Dick?
$200. The guy is shit-faced, Jackie. Even if he's drinking, like, in 1970, like, fucking Louis tray of whiskey, whatever that would fucking be, that's like $100. You're still pounding fucking $100 fifth of whiskey every goddamn day. Dingle, dingle, dingle.
It's like, not come and get your love, and then just falls face first over the side of the couch.
Well, there was security in his drinking because he was never going to leave because he couldn't find the fucking front door.
No.
After she camouflaged it with some houseplants.
Yeah.
Where's my shoes?
She just lays a tarp down and rolls him up in it every night. Piss and
Where's
shit.
Raymond? I think he got wadded up in the laundry room again.
That's good. I'm sure he crapped his pants. We'll just spray him off in there.
It's linoleum. It'll be fine.
Shit everywhere. That's what they call him. Raymond Whiskey Dick shit everywhere.
He died like he lived, shitting himself drunk on whiskey.
Well, I mean, where did he get the money? God damn.
I don't know. That's a lot of fucking money.
He is cool, though. Like, you get a shot of Raymond, and you're like, dude, that guy's kind of cool. He's kind of shredded. He's got cool hair. He's wearing a tank top, and the teenage daughter walks in, and he's just kind of like, sup? Glug, glug, glug.
What's up? I would stand, but I'm fucking wasted.
And I got doo-doo. I'd give Raymond a chance. Come on, Raymond, let's hang out. The shit pants is worth it. He's just cool. He's like the guy. He's the fucking front man from the Bleachers. Just kind of cool. Okay, so where the hell are we? Funeral happened. The caseworker tells Rachel that like Beth is her health is bad.
She's there with the brother. They have a brother, a younger brother.
Yeah.
And then Rachel, and then the stepmom. And they're all out on the back porch after the funeral during the reception or whatever that's called.
I guess.
The food eatings at the dead person's house.
Move on to the food portion of the funeral.
The food eatings.
The food eating.
All right,
portion.
everyone, gather for the food eating.
That's right. The some of the bus drivers are there. Some people from the bus route have sent casseroles and cakes.
Meatballs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And then they're all out in the back, and the caseworker's like, look, somebody's got to take responsibility for her.
1, 2, 3, not it.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it, it's me again.
Yeah. I can relate.
No,
right? Like,
no, that's not good. You can relate.
Relate to the, I don't know how I would react if I had to be responsible for another human being that was a grown adult. Mm-hmm. And know that my life was going, because it happened so quickly that there's no adjustment time and no planning for, you were living your best life and dad was taking care of the business and now it's you.
Let's be real though, her best life sucks. She's unhappy. She's taking pictures of ladies in dresses with fucking dogs, so it's not like she's shooting the cover of Vogue.
No, the Cortal Maltese. Here's the thing though, Jackie. Rachel's a fucking moron. And everybody in her family's a fucking moron. Because it's not like Beth just popped out of fucking nowhere. No, they're in their freaking mid-30s. Dad's gonna live forever. He's gonna outlive Beth. No, the whole time in the back of your mind as an adult who isn't a dipshit who drinks $200 worth of bourbon every fucking week, you're thinking, okay, dad's eating way too much bacon. I know what his cholesterol looks like. I know he's going to have heart problems. This isn't spur of the moment. Whoa, dad was only 40. No, he's in his 60s at least. There is going to become a day where Beth is going to need some help. You know it in the back of your mind since you're fucking 10 years old. That's how being not a dipshit works. But she's a dipshit. I think you
then
can prepare.
She sucks. Yeah. She's a shitty girlfriend.
Yeah.
She's just a bitch. Good casting on the Andie MacDowell thing.
There you go. I think you can mentally prepare there. But she's like, no, I've got to shoot in Mexico. No, you don't. Stepmom. I like the stepmom because she's like, look, she ain't my kid. I ain't responsible. Goodbye.
Yeah. You fucking shitheads. Peace out.
You are the only one that is correct in this circumstance. You could be super cool and help out, but legally you're not responsible. And
they say later on that Beth was never really nice to the stepmom.
Right.
That she'd always been kind of bitter about it. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, if I was a stepmom, I'd probably do the same thing. Like, peace out, motherfuckers.
Beth isn't really like super nice.
But
she's not mean.
No,
she's fussy. She's a very fussy person.
Yeah, she can get a little hot here and there.
Yeah, she's selfish and self-centered because they've allowed her to be, and so that's just how she is.
And I think a lot of, like, the one thing I feel that maybe the movie tries to accomplish, or maybe it's just my own interpretation of the situation, is that people with mental deficiencies, developmental deficiencies, are hard to communicate with. They communicate poorly their own emotions. And so if they're getting pissy about something, it's usually because something's wrong, that they don't have the emotional depth to bring forward and say, you know what, I don't feel good about where I am as a human being right now. So they get frustrated and they, like a child, like our 10-year-old does all the goddamn time. What is your problem? Why are you pissy right now? 'Cause it takes me a long time to eat my dinner. Okay. All right. Well, buck up, Pally, and start stuffing your face full of food. Okay. And then they're good again, right? They just don't know how to get that stuff out. And all these fucking adults in this movie should fucking know that, but they don't. They're just like, God, you're being a real shithead. Like, fuck, well, maybe you should have some empathy, dick. I don't know. Maybe I'm an asshole. All right, so Rachel does decide, well, I'll stay for the weekend because I have to. And they're like, no, we need you to stay for fucking 3 months. What?
Yeah, that's what they tell her on Monday when she goes in for the plan. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's when it's also revealed that Beth was in a home for the mentally
a group home.
It was a group home, so that was probably like not a full-fledged care facility,
right? Not specific.
Supervised living,
not specific for Sam and I lived next to a group home for a little while, and they had people that had mental disabilities and also like rehab drug addicts. Like group homes,
it's not a good scene.
It's not a good scene. Like it is not a medical.
One of the sort of glaring symptoms of illness with the whole mental health system in the United States of America is what sort of classifications they don't have for being in a group home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That it's just whatever.
And the alternative, I mean, they're like, oh, well, we can't have them living on the street. And yes, you're right. You can't have them living on the street. So we'll just lump all these people together with people who are wholly unqualified to caretake for them. Or,
yes,
they stuff food in their mouth and that's their job. That's it. And they get paid subsidiaries from, it's not
or
good.
When there's 3 empty rooms, they just fucking put in inmates that are it should be in a halfway house or something like that.
That as well.
It's really poor management.
And could you imagine like not just the fear, but the confusion that you would have?
It would be awful.
If you were somebody that, say, had Downs, and you go from a loving family to, or say not a loving family, you've never had anything good in your life, and you're one of those ditch babies that is illegal now, Nazis, and then stuck in a situation where you're dealing with people that are, fucking heroin addicts or, you don't belong there.
No, and I think that's the thing is that it's like, it's not just that somebody with needs can't thrive there. If you took a normal person and made them live there for 6 months, it would destroy their fucking life.
Yeah. And also probably potentially make your disabilities even worse. Like it's the whole going to the loony bin thing and saying, I'm not crazy. Yeah, but you're gonna be.
You will be.
We're gonna do that to you. Now, just hold still while we put this tube in your mouth and these diodes on the side of your head. This is medicine. Fuck off. Fuck off. God damn it.
Well, wasn't it in the 80s when they, Maury Povich did that special where he went to the institutions that they used to keep the mentally deficient?
Okay.
And they, like, went in there with a camera and it was...
an expose.
Yeah, an expose where... They're walking through,
and he's like, "You're not the father." He is.
But like when he was a serious journalist, right? And these people are just covered in feces.
Fuck, Jackie.
And they're covered in feces, and they're sitting naked in the hallway, masturbating.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see any of this.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Maury Povich is serious, hard-hitting. Is it like a sanitarium or something? Because that's like
it was an institution at the time where they were sending anyone with any kind of mental deficiency. It didn't matter your severity of it; they were just sending them there, and the families were just paying to lock them away. Mm-hmm. And they went in, and it was just fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. I mean, I was reading about Hemingway and the end of his life when they were just locking him up and zapping the piss out of him for like 3 days. He shot himself because he hated being electrocuted.
It's a
no one likes it.
Fair. I can't argue with that. I also don't like it. I mean, yeah, no, it's not good. Thank God I don't want to say like, oh God, we're doing great as far as all this. We have a long fucking ways to go. But after watching this movie and going, okay, this movie's 20 years old, we have done some things better. I mean, like, the way that fuck, I don't know. I guess just because I don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. But at least I feel uncomfortable when Beth is getting treated poorly. Like, maybe when this movie came out, people wouldn't think of it like, oh, she's stupid and it's funny because, she's so stupid. It's icky. I don't know. Do better, all of us, I guess. we need to move on. So Rachel is going to stay for the weekend. She takes Beth to get some soda. Rachel's also a major bitch about her. Like, she's like, how long were you waiting? 2 hours. You were waiting 2 hours outside? Are you crazy? Why are you here 2 hours late is the problem, Rachel. Like,
yeah.
Why do you care that she was sitting outside? That's fine. That's her prerogative. You are 2 fucking hours late, you selfish. See you next Tuesday. God damn it. Come at me and say, don't wait outside for me for 2 fucking hours in my own selfish life. I can do what I want. Yeah. God damn it. Okay. Then she gets pissed at her.
Nice out. Fuck you.
Yeah. She gets pissed at her for eating junk food. She's just pissed at her for everything. Like,
yeah,
you don't live the way I do. Yeah.
And, she has been writing checks for her guilt about not being there for her sister.
Right.
And pretty much washing her hands of her sister for the last how many years, right?
Gotta be 20,
she just sends her,
right?
Yeah, she's just sending her sister checks.
They get sent back, and then she's just like, I'll just do this again. Like, oh, you've tried nothing, and you're all out of ideas. Fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the sister, she's like, why aren't you cashing my checks? And Beth goes, because the government gives me money, duh.
Yeah. I don't need to.
I just need a ride to get my sodas and my marshmallows. And I'd like that ride to have less sass, you bitch.
And like some viewers could be like, see, these people on the government cheese, they don't even need it. Well, Beth makes an excellent point here that when she says, I don't need your money, I have government money, because that's the way the system works.
Yeah.
That's the system we built, dickheads. Yes, she does take that money. You can't go to the government and say, I'll send these checks back, government. I mean, you can make donations to the president's. You can only do $10 on that. You can't donate to the government. So, yeah.
And really, they should just stop bitching, because if the government didn't step in and subsidize different individuals, different groups, right? The elderly, the mentally deficient, the physically disabled, right?
The insane gambler.
The insane gambler.
If the government didn't step in and give these groups money, right? Then it becomes your problem, because these people are out on the streets. There's, the crime rates will go up because they have no other option.
Sounds like
it becomes your fucking problem if the government doesn't step in. Then it starts to affect your everyday life. So quit fucking bitching, assholes. They're doing you a favor.
Oh, well, there's still the Nazi thing, Jackie. We could just throw them in the ditch when they're born, Do that.
Well, we could, but the pollution it would cause. I just don't think it's worth it. I mean, as an environmentalist.
You missed it. We'd have to, if you do that, then you got to throw the rednecks in there. And, where does it stop? Because these guys that are drinking $200 worth of bourbon every fucking week, they're not contributing a whole lot to society.
No.
Throw those guys in the ditch.
You just take them near the ditch, and eventually they just fall in.
Yeah.
And then they can't get out.
Oh, shit. I crapped my pants on the way down. Yeah, we know, Raymond. They were already loaded when you showed up. Still cool, right? Yeah, you kind of look cool.
And I really like that Beth, I was kind of questioning her clothing choices there at the beginning of the movie, but then she explains, I wear bright colors to make other people happy. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was kind of cool.
In the movie, when she's supposed to wear a birthday dress and her sister finally starts getting it a little bit, where she's like, I want to wear this. And she's like, yeah, you should just wear that. It is probably my favorite cat shirt that I have ever seen ever. It is fucking fantastic cat shirt.
It's powerful. It's a powerful calf shirt. Checks all the boxes. Okay. Rachel takes a break and she goes home. She's getting a little like, oh, God damn it. I was there for a weekend. And now I have to live there for 3 months. And she goes home and her boyfriend's there at the apartment. And he's like, hey, So it turns out you're an odious, horrible person for having a sister who totally loves you and loved you throughout your entire life, and through no fault of her own, you were pulled away from her, and she wants to, reconnect and share in this experience of losing your father, and you want to have nothing to do with it. You just want to go to Mexico. So I'm breaking up with you. No.
He didn't even get that far because she was such a shitty girlfriend that he couldn't even experience that level of disappointment. He's just like, I tried to have breakfast with you and you ignored me and wandered off for like 2 years. So I'm leaving.
He does mention, though, that she didn't even tell him about Beth, which now puts 2 weeks in a row that that plot of a movie has come around. I'm hiding my family shame because of worries about, are you worried about having kids together? This one says, no, I'm not worried. But
because my brother's kids are fine.
Right.
My brother, who's a bigger douche than me, because he didn't even bother to show up for the rest of the movie.
Done. He said goodbye.
I am actually a little angry, and I'm wondering if I don't want to read the book because I'm never going to fucking find out. I just don't care enough because of how the movie kind of plays out. All she wants to do is go to Disney World with her boyfriend and her brother's kids. Like, that's her life goal. And those two assholes cannot make that happen for her.
They cannot get it
fucking
done.
Shitheads.
Yep.
Shitheads.
You're sending me checks every week. I'm assuming they're decent checks. Just fucking take me to Disney World and let me hang out with your kids. That's it.
Shitheads.
Well, he's given her a picture of the kids, and in the photograph, the one kid looks like she's probably 10 or older.
That's a perfect time.
The oldest one.
She's never met her nephew and niece.
Right, but she says, but I love them. And I'm like, what kind of a fuckhead doesn't ever bring his kids around?
Yeah, they're busy with...
It's not like she's dangerous or, any of that stuff.
She's good with children, as evidenced by the film itself.
I have, at various points in my life, punched someone directly in the balls.
Yeah.
Usually I say, if you don't quit doing that, I'm going to punch you in the balls. Mm-hmm. They think it's funny and they keep doing it and I punch them in the balls.
Okay.
Not like hard, but just like, nut tap, haha,
enough.
Fuck off. This guy deserves the unwarned ball punch.
Yep.
Yeah, he doesn't even stay an entire day. He flies in for the funeral. He does his obligatory throw the dirt on, eat a few cupcakes, and bails.
Mm-hmm. I almost think, Sam... This guy is dropped to one knee and give him the old nut uppercut, like
the upper nut.
The upper nut. You're a douche. Kabam.
But what's sad is that
you gotta
I'm sure
have
that there are families. Go ahead.
Or you gotta have a good finishing scream like "Huevos Rancheros."
Yep, that's the one. Jackie, talk.
She can't. She's thinking about punching somebody in the balls and screaming victory.
Yeah, I'm like, well, what would my catchphrase be? Because that's all I can think about now. It's like, if I was going to uppercut somebody's balls, what would my battle cry be? And, victory did come to mind. Ay, ay, ay. Also came to mind. I also thought about eat shit, which, not the same impact as ay, ay, ay.
No, ay, ay, ay is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with ay, ay, ay. And then as, you got to get down on one knee and then you're like, ay, ay, ay. And as your hand is coming up so that they're like, what the fuck is going on? They're looking at you and you punch them.
Testicle taxation would be a good battle cry.
Okay, so Rachel, she finds, speaking of nut uppercuts, she finds Rachel in the park with her boyfriend Jesse, who's practicing karate, because at one point in time, Jesse won a black belt in Taekwondo. Maybe you earn a black belt, you don't win them. And he was so good, he could have whipped a bunch of ass in tournaments Like even Chung Lee couldn't have handled him, but he didn't have the confidence because of how people treated him because of his disabilities.
Yeah, and also she's like, he could have got second and third degrees easy, but he doesn't want to have weapons.
Right. Yeah.
So he's just a super nice guy.
Yeah.
Jesse's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Jesse's cool.
Yeah, he is.
As evidenced
and
later
like his job, like Beth likes to ride the bus, but his job is that he mows lawns and whatnot, does odds and ends. But what he really enjoys is riding his bicycle around the park and then reporting suspicious activity to the police.
Jesse's job is to keep an eye on town.
Yeah.
He's Batman.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good dude.
You might say I'm the protector of this city. Dark nights and the shadows. I lurk in the background. You can't see me.
He's not lurking. He's wearing a vest with a reflector on it.
No, you can't see me. I am one with the night. He's
got a bright yellow outfit on. Nope. I think we could see you.
Avert your eyes, criminal!
And yells hi. Hi! Rings the bell on his bicycle.
I am one with the night. Jesse. Ding, ding, ding. On his bike.
He does whip some dudes' asses later.
We'll get there. Okay. So Rachel's like, all right, well, fuck, I'll cancel Mexico. This is, I mean, like, I can get some pictures here because she's taking pictures of Jesse and they're terrible pictures. They're all out of focus. So
that was super annoying throughout the film. Every time she's taking pictures and they have these blurred
because it's
snapshot things. It's like, no, we don't need this bullshit. We know she's taking pictures. We get the sound effect of it.
Right. And
she's got the camera out. We got it.
Okay, so they go out to dinner with Jesse and Beth at a pub, and it seems like some shit's about to happen. Like, oh, we're going to throw you out of here for being loud, person. But dinner seems to go off without a hitch. I don't know what the hell that was all about. Then they do some more.
That's the restaurant she likes to go into.
Yeah.
And they tell her that she can't use the bathroom, so she goes in there and just washes her hands just to piss him off.
Right. But then nothing happens. It goes nowhere. They just have dinner.
Well, and I think that the premise, though, is that the waitress is a bitch.
Yeah, but...
that recognizes her and doesn't like her and is discriminating.
And then gives them service. Like, it doesn't go anywhere, Jackie. Those are all introductions that you're saying. It doesn't go anywhere. Whatever. Okay, some more bus stuff happens. They're driving around on buses talking to Rick. She's like, oh, hook up with my sister. She just broke up with her boyfriend. You bus driver, you bus driver, you bus driver, you bus driver.
Yeah.
And Rick is like, hey, it's me, Rick. I'll go out with your sister because I'm Rick. So they go to the driver's break room building. Like bus drivers have their own break building. Like, I don't even know what this place is, but you can't come in here. This is for bus drivers only, says Eugene.
One guy is like, this is an exclusive bus driver club. And they're like, hey, shut the fuck up, man. Fuck off.
You're a bus driver. Yeah, she calls him poop. So that's good. Some old bitch and Henry say she should be thrown off because she doesn't have a Zone 1 bus pass, and again, put in the ditch, these fucking fascist buttholes. But then she pulls out, she does have a Zone 1. Rick's like, hey, pull out your Zone 1. She's like, I got a Zone 1, bitches. And they're like,
plays her boom box.
He stops the bus and he's like, look, I'm not going to put up with this bullshit from you people. Like, you don't get to be an asshole on this bus.
And you shouldn't if you're on the bus, you shouldn't be throwing shade at other people on the bus.
You are taking public transportation. It is there because it's affordable. And I mean, I guess you could do it because you're wanting to not own a car or, environmental factors maybe, but it's transport for the people. The people's transport is the bus. It's like the people's elbow. Justice.
Yeah.
Can you smell what this bus is cooking? It's methane,
Equality.
baby.
Everybody is equally cheap on this bus.
Right. All right, so Rick, he takes Rachel out to play pool. They're like, yeah, my sister's pretty cool. Yeah, we know. They go to the laundromat, and on the way, some guy pulls up in his Dodge car, and he's like, yeah, I got you a Tweety. And she throws it in the trash. She's like, that guy follows me around everywhere. And then nothing happens about that the rest of the movie.
No, nothing ever happens with that.
That seems important.
I feel like I kind of thought about this afterwards. I'm like, that guy would probably be a problem if Jesse didn't kick so much ass.
Right, but I think that there should be something more there.
There should. What's going on here?
They just walked away from that completely. Okay. Wow.
And then hijinks at the laundromat.
Is there hijinks at the laundromat?
Stupid.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
they
get too much soap in there or some fucking thing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Stupid.
Well, Jesse's late for dinner, and they're like, "Where's Jesse? He's never late for dinner." Because one time he said, "You can call me whatever you want, ladies. Just don't call me late for dinner."
Yeah.
But he's currently late for dinner, and so we're scared. Well, it's because he's out fighting street thugs and doing well at it.
I think these are like guys that he ratted out. They're like, we were going to sell drugs to the kids, but you fucked that up for us. Now I'll pay for... And then they get punched in the face. And they're like, let's shake this motherfucker down. Ow, the karate!
He kicks a guy right in the center of the chest, shattering his sternum. Fuck, Jesse. Wow.
They finally get to him at the hospital. And he's not at the hospital for them. It's like he whipped these dudes' asses and then dragged their asses to the hospital.
They are covered in bruises and blood and dirt. And he's got like a little owie, a Band-Aid on his forehead. This guy is Batman.
Even Rick was like, what are they going to do to these guys? And he just looks at him like, oh, I think Jesse did it. I think they're good. Yeah. Justice got served on the streets today by Jesse.
They're in the hospital room with him. He's in a gown and everything, and they're like, he told us we couldn't leave because if we leave, he's just gonna find us and whip our ass again. So we're just gonna sit right here.
Yeah,
Jesse, you need anything?
We're waiting for the police because we're done with the brutality.
Can I get you some vending machine chips? You want some?
Yeah, the police are there.
Okay,
I'll get you ice cream, Jesse. You need some ice cream? Just don't hit me again.
And I like how Beth was like, Rick will kick their asses, and Rick looks over and he's like, I don't think I need to do that.
No,
again, with him kicking their asses. Look at these people. Look at them, Beth.
Yep. All right, so the ladies, the next day, they get in a fight over something. I don't know what it even is. It just goes from 0 to 60.
Well, the thing is that after the hospital, Rachel and
Beth.
Beth's boyfriend,
Jesse
get to ride in Rick's sweet Mustang.
Yeah, she's all pissed off about that.
She didn't get to. And so she's being an asshole.
Why didn't she get to ride the Mustang?
I'm not sure.
Huh.
Yeah, because later all four of them are in there.
Yeah. Later they get to ride in the Mustang.
Right. Huh. Okay. Anyways, Rachel drops the H word and says that she hates her sister sometimes. And so she feels like shit about that. So she's leaving. She's going back to NYC. Has some make-out time with Rick here and there. And she's like, I'm just going to go back to my life and my work. And so she does. She has like that's later. Rick calls to say that, hey, Beth is feeling pretty crappy about the little fight you guys had. And she probably, should probably talk to her, but she's having a birthday party and we'd like you to come down. So she comes back. Beth is like, hey, I'm sorry that sometimes I'm an asshole. I just don't have words to express my emotions. And you should, as a fully functioning adult with many life experiences, you should probably understand that. But it turns out you're kind of a dort.
Yeah.
So I forgive
Stop that,
you.
Mr. Simpson. Yeah. Did we get past the part where she tries to give the pictures to Jesse? Because I thought that was really sweet.
Oh, yeah. I like that too.
She's like, hey, I have some pictures of Beth. Do you want them? And he's like, no. If I have pictures of her when she's not around, that'll make me miss her more. And I'm like, whoa. Nice, buddy.
If I'm looking at her picture, it means she's not there.
Yeah.
Good point. It's a good point, Jesse. You are not only the fist of street justice, but you're a man in tune with your innermost secret emotions.
Yeah.
He's a
Lover and
Renaissance
fighter.
man, Jesse.
He is.
Okay. So Beth apologizes. They take her to a surprise party on the buses and in the park, and there she gets to hold one of the bus patrons' babies who's just popped, and she's like, oh, man, I love babies. I want a baby, and you fucking bastards took that away from me. You cut my innards, my vilmu out of my lower parts. Just like, what's her name in Yellowstone?
What's terrible is that she had agreed to the procedure and then at the last minute was trying to back out.
Agreed or coerced?
Agreed.
Or coerced?
Coerced is better. She was coerced into it, and she's like, no, I really don't want this, but they did it anyway.
Right. Not good. Not good stuff there, guys. It's kind of a personal decision. Oh, fucking goddamn it. It's a personal decision made between a person and their doctor. Fuck off. Not you. Stay out of vaginas, uteruses, unless you want to get inside of them with your penis. Because that is okay. With permission.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 months are done. She meets with the social workers, and they're like, yeah, she's doing a little better. She got a tooth pulled. But don't you think that she should go to a group home? And she's like, no. She is what she is. It's her decision if she wants to eat junk food. You can't put her in a group home because she's not eating well. All we can hope for is that Beth sees how much she loves life and wants to continue living it, so makes healthier choices. And then I'm like, bing! Thank you, Rachel. You finally got it. Good job.
Also, Beth has a super sweet life hack earlier when she's making somebody a sparkly glitter card.
Gorging?
Is she's taken an extra wide coffee cup and used it as a soda can holder that won't fall over on her bed.
Mm.
Oh, I also noticed that and thought, fuck, that's awesome.
That's
Why haven't
awesome.
I thought about that for a while? Like, this is a good plan.
You're a big bed soda drinker.
Well, no, but
now
if
you
I ever
could
wanted
be,
to
though.
Yeah, like now that I know the hack.
I have the power. You guys are silly. Okay. So Rachel, she has a gallery showing of her pictures that she's taken of her sister and various bus stuff, and it's a huge success. And her New York City boyfriend walks in, and he's like, hey, I'm cool with you again. And she's like, make out with me in front of all these people, while Rick sheds a tear off screen. And that's the movie. And Beth just goes on doing what Beth did before the fucking start of this movie.
Yeah.
No, she gets on the bus, and how they wrap it all up is my sister's going to have a baby.
Mm-hmm.
So that we know that she married New York boyfriend
we don't know that.
and got knocked up.
I mean, she is from New York, Jackie. Marriage is
in a
an
New York
assumption.
minute. Ooh, put a baby
but
in
nothing
your V.
changes. The movie ends with nothing changing for Beth. Her life is the exact same as it was at the start. Beth, I'm not talking about Rachel. I'm not
talking accelerating the Disney World plan by having her own kid and circumventing her brother, who's a worthless piece of shit.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe this baby was just a revenge thing to her brother to be like, see?
Here we are in Disney World. And he's like, don't care. Want to see pictures from our Disney World trip? Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't want to show him anyways.
He's like, whatever. I just raised the price on pharmaceuticals for no reason. Sounds for me.
All right, that's the movie. It's questions time, starting with Jackie.
Do you think that at any point Beth and Jesse get married?
I don't know if it's in their thing. Maybe not. I just don't see it like as something that's that important to them.
No, they seem like they've got a good gig.
Yeah, they're good. Will they spend the rest of their lives together? 100%. But the piece of paper, I don't think it's something that they care about. Will they have children, i.e. adopt?
I don't
No.
think they can.
I don't think that they can either. That's too bad. Shouldn't have got those tubes tied. Beth, you would have been a good mom. God damn it. Sam, question.
Would you play rugby against Rosie O'Donnell?
Oh.
No.
No.
She gets the fat business a lot, but she is just stout.
She's brick house.
Like, if she was down to, like, a 5% body fat, she would just be big still. She's got power.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think she would kick my ass. And I would not get back up.
Rosie O'Donnell would never kick your ass.
Like her
Jackie.
legs with the knee, the long tube socks that she was wearing. Like you could just see the muscles in her legs.
Rosie O'Donnell,
and I was like, damn,
is a very nice person, and she would never kick anybody's ass because it's not her bag.
She just have her bodyguard shoot you.
Yeah, right. But
which was the joke about the time that this movie was coming out.
Yeah.
Which is why there was nothing that she could do to not get shade thrown at her.
Mm-hmm. But she would have made if she wanted to go into, say, a cave where some lost things were stolen and they were being sat on top of by a dragon, and wanted to make a mine there, she would do quite well in that society.
Yeah.
Lake Town, just right over there if you want to eat some fish. Okay. My question is, did this movie, it's twofold. Did this movie ideally accomplish anything for society? And B, did it accomplish anything for you personally? All of Jackie's thoughts of last week where she learned some stuff about dwarfism. Sam, we'll start with you.
I think it inadvertently does say what it's trying to say about Beth's life. But I feel like the source material and the author of said source material made it so much about her versus Beth, and the movie can only be so much about Beth. Mm. And so it does it in spite of that fact.
Okay.
But her sister's still Rachel's kind of a shithead.
She's still kind of a shithead, yeah. Jackie.
I didn't learn anything new. I mean, I know how people treat people that are different. I guess I don't know. No.
Okay. I will say that I think, I'm with Sam. It tripped at the line of failure. Like it fails so hard that it tripped on its own fuck up by the terrible production that this movie is, and actually manages to accomplish some things. But personally, I felt some things in this movie. I felt uncomfort. And I felt that, we can do better as a society. And like taking care of our weakest is the point of society. Like That's what I was thinking this entire time. It was like when the aliens come down and they're like, never mind, let's not go to Earth. It's a silly place. That's our ticket into the great funnel, as it were. If you know anything about Fermi's paradox, this is all blah, blah, blah philosophy. But when they're looking down on us and we have a society where the weakest of us are 100% taken care of, no questions asked. Not even like, oh, well, she's on the fucking government cheese. Of course she's on the fucking government cheese. Oh, well, she doesn't have a job. She doesn't need to. She is the weakest, and therefore she gets to do whatever the fuck she wants. That's her life, and our job is to take care of that. That is the society that I think that we should build, and that is the qualifier. Once we've reached that, then we can go on to colonize whatever Saturn's moon is, the 2000. Well, we could go into the monolith and all that bullshit. But
it was Jupiter's moon, Europa.
Europa, right. But that's until we accomplish that, we have not won civilization, the game of civilization. And so I thought the movie at least made me feel something that I've never even thought about before. From it's just like, oh yeah, well, we can't let them live on the street. No, it's not just that. Let's let them live their fucking lives. It's our job to protect them. So I appreciated that. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, Jackie.
No.
Wow. Final recommendations. This is good. This is gonna be wild. This is. I've been waiting for this all fucking day.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna start with Jackie.
How about fuck no? This movie made me uncomfortable. Oh, god damn it. No. There was nothing laughable about it. There was, and even if you wanted to laugh, you were like, how dare you laugh at that? That is not supposed to be funny. Uh-huh. And I was uncomfortable and I didn't like it. And it just, people are assholes in it. And I mean, yeah, it's probably true to life or whatever, but it just made me feel shitty. And I don't like that. So no.
Okay. All right. Don't feel shitty, says Jackie. Sam.
I don't like it. I'm going to take it further just than don't watch this. If we collectively stopped watching Hallmark movies in general, they would stop existing. Mm-hmm. And we wouldn't have to do them anymore. Like, you shouldn't have to watch Hallmark movies. They're terrible. This one was actually pretty good for a Hallmark movie, but it's a Hallmark movie. So, like, why would I tell you to watch it? It's
so
crap.
two societal goals. Take care of our weakest and get rid of Hallmark. Then the aliens can come down and put the things in our butts and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Got a long ways to go, America.
Yep.
One of these things can be achieved. The Hallmark thing, I don't know.
It's not going anywhere.
Since 1951. Okay. I am also going to give it a don't. Yeah, it made me feel things, but it just made me feel more soapbox things. That, you know, I've got plenty of ammo on that. Is there a good movie in here? Yeah, there is. But it's buried in Hallmark shit.
It's buried in Hallmark shit.
You know what? It was called The Peanut Butter Falcon. We've already got it. That's how it's done right. Which, I mean, is a good movie. It's not a great movie. So, no, don't. There's nothing here. And fuck you. I will say fuck you one more time, though, for the people that have so poorly rated this on IMDb, and I'm with Sam. If you're going to give this a 3.7,
every other one of them gets
every other one of them is a 3.7. This is just Hallmark.
I was way more able to sit through this than any of their Christmas bullshit.
Yeah.
I can sit through a Christmas one. This one, I think we took 4 breaks because I was just like, I can't fucking watch this. Like, I need to take a break.
Yeah, I think you have a little bit more hate than Sam and I. I was like, bleh. It doesn't deserve a 3.7. Even in our scoring, we're not going to give it a 3.7 on either scale. It's just a 5. It's just a movie. So, shame on you, the internet. All right, next week on the show is Sam's pick. You got anything dialed up?
I don't. I did, and I forgot what it was. I will get back to that. I have to go back to my list. It's been so long. I think I picked it like 3 weeks ago, and then we did a bunch of stuff. We did a field trip, and now I can't remember what I picked.
You could do another A-lister cast in a role that they should have no business being in movie, like pregnant Arnold Schwarzenegger. Just saying, if somebody was to make that movie, that would be a good spot for
I thought I found something really good, so I got to go through my notes.
Okay, all right. We'll see what it is next week. Have a great week, guys. Get to the chopper.